Welcome back, everyone. When we left off last time, I had just dinged level 34 in Split Paw. I decided to zone into New Sibyllus and clean out my dragon sword storage and break down a lot of the fine steel weapons I've been holding on to. You'll want to do the same in order to easily obtain bricks of high quality ore. You can use these bricks to earn faction with the Ixars and unlock them as a playable race. I'll be doing that at a later time, so for now I just stored the bricks in my trade skill depot. I also took the opportunity to finish buying my Paladin spells up to level 50 so that I didn't have to worry about missing them later. A convenient feature in EverQuest Legends is that you can mem spells above your achieved level so that they become automatically available once you reach the required use level. Once that bit of housekeeping was complete, it was time to head out to our next leveling zone, Guck. Thankfully, the hubby ogre was already almost there, so he was able to gather party me quickly to Inithul Swamp and make my travel a lot shorter. Our first stop along the way was actually here in Upper Guck so that I could pick up a Ghoulbane for my Paladin build. Even with the maps, it's easy to get a little lost sometimes. Eventually, we made it down to the Shin Lord. Unfortunately, he didn't drop the sword for me on the first try, but thankfully, respawn timers aren't very long. We had set the zone on a difficulty level 4 so that each sword that drops would be a higher tier level already. I was able to pick up the sword on our next attempt, and then we waited for another spawn so I could try to upgrade it some more with an additional drop. By combining 2 of the tier 4 Ghoulbane drops, I was able to create a tier 5 weapon. Then it was time to move on to Lower Guck. Once there, we went ahead and set the zone to difficulty 2, and then began to slaughter. Lower Guck is full of undead frog blocks, which makes it a paladin's favorite kind of zone. And I was able to start putting my new Ghoulbane to good use right away. We took down some skeletons and even gargoyles in our travels as well. One of the first names we came across was the Reanimated Hand. I picked up the Serpentine Bracer on this first round. We continued exploring and then dinged level 35. And again, Guck doesn't have to just be about slaying undead froglocks. Sometimes you get to take down spiders. Other times, you might find yourself battling a minotaur. And other times, you might just find yourself eye to eye with a creature you've never seen before. This Evil Eye drops a large 70% weight reduction bag. We made our way over to the Citadel area, taking down more froglocks as we went. I picked up these silver-plated leggings from the Froglock Priest. And then we continued to clear the area. The Froglock Crusader on the bottom floor dropped this sword on our first clear. And the priest dropped an amethyst bracelet and a pair of pants this go around. The silver-plated leggings ended up dropping again as well. I think they'd be pretty decent if they were upgraded some more, but it's hard to compete with that Befallen gear. And before long, we dinged level 36. We also both picked up a Guise of the Deceiver from the Ghoul Assassin in the supply barrel room. This will allow us to use a dark elf illusion anytime we want. From there, we continued killing for more XP and loot. Now, Lower Guck is not a zone that's had updated loot in EverQuest Legends yet, but I do hope that it will in the future. That being said, you can still pick up some decent pieces here. The Frenzied Ghoul only dropped a Moonstone ring for me this time, though. The Ghoul Sentinel dropped this Brigantine tunic. Again, I think the stats on this would upgrade nicely as well. The Archmagus dropped these shining metallic robes. I'm not wearing a robe in my current build, but I am holding on to all robes for my fashion quest. Soon, we both dinged level 37. The Frenzied Ghoul was still only dropping a Moonstone ring for me. And the Ghoul Lord was being stingy and only dropping his Barbute. But we kept at it, and then we dinged level 38. Since XP is split amongst group members, and there's no bonus XP for grouping, leveling can take a bit longer at times if the group doesn't kill quick enough to offset the increased difficulty of mobs in private group instances. I feel like we do level quicker solo, but it's not a big enough difference to prevent us from continuing to group. And after a bit more killing, we dinged level 39. And then we got right back to making our rounds. Now, Guck is not a terrible zone. The areas are well mapped and easily navigable with an assortment of named and a wide level span of mobs. Essentially, you could stay in this zone for a really long time, but I prefer not to stay anywhere for more than 5 or 6 levels. There's definitely a lot of options for leveling, so we like to mix it up with a bit more variety. We knew it was getting close to being time to leave by the time we dinged level 40. So we went around again picking up our last bit of loot. The Frenzied Ghoul dropped the flowing black silk sash again for me. And the Ghoul Lord even dropped his short sword of Yakesha. We picked up one more serpentine bracer from the reanimated hand. And then we dinged level 41. That meant it was time to say goodbye to Guck. All right, guys, so we are done with Guck, and we're going to do a little bit of a loot recap here and take a look and see what was swapped out or upgraded. Not too many changes. I don't think we changed anything on the first row. In the ears, still have Ornament of the Oracle, +1 and +3. We have a Wood Elf Scout Bauble neck, the Rotting Fade Arc mask at rank 3, and the Sharpshooter's bandana at rank 5. So we didn't change out anything here. The changes start coming down here in the second row. Still have the Signet Ring of the Lost Crusader, although I did go ahead and swap out the Focus Exaltation on here. I pulled the one that dropped off of this Moonstone ring off of the animated hand. Not necessarily going to be focusing on using this effect right now, extended range, so much, but it was better than the focus effect that I had on there previously. We did pick up the Serpentine Bracer off the animated hand as well. I've got this up to rank 5. I do love the agility and the dexterity that is on this one. Still have the armbands of serrated teeth and the officer's gauntlets. On this bracer of battle, it's still the same item. Went ahead and changed out the focus effect on this one as well. Again, it's not a great focus effect for my build currently, but it's got the reagent conservation rank 2 on it. Still have the split paw keepsake ring on my other finger. In the shoulders, still rolling with the bandolier of teeth, same chest, pristine studded leather tunic, and back item. In the waist, here's where we made a big upgrade. Went ahead and picked up the flowing black silk sash down in lowered Guck off the Frenzied Ghoul. This one has been upgraded to a rank 6, so we're gaining an extra 27% of worn haste off that item. Still have the pristine studded leather leggings and the traveling solerettes on our feet. Did make a couple of changes on the weapons. In Upper Guck, went ahead and stopped and picked up the Ghoulbane since Paladin is in my build. This one's up to rank 5 and it's got the combat effect versus undead on here for some extra damage, which is nice. Right now the damage ratio on here is a 647. On the Baron's Blade, I'm still holding on to this one, but we did pick up the short sword of Yakesha down in Lower Guck. Instead of swapping out to this item because there's no stats on it, I just went ahead and upgraded it and pulled the effect of the short sword of Yakesha and put it on my Baron's Blade. So both of these would have been damage ratio at 5, and I just went ahead and swapped this one out and still holding on to the Baron's Blade for this extra stamina and dexterity. Our bow is still the deteriorated Ancient Feydark longbow. Same ammo piece here as well. In my any slot, I still have the Shimmering Ruby Stiletto. This one specifically because I have Rogue in my build, so I still have something with backstab damage. Again, still looking to upgrade this. I know there's a few better options out there as well. And still have this shield in my second any slot. Going over into storage, I do have an activated item that we picked up down in Lower Guck off of the Ghoul Assassin in the supplier room, and this is the Guise of the Deceiver. This is a fun item. It's got the click effect of Illusion Dark Elf, so if I ever want to change my appearance, I can go ahead and leave this in the activated appearance storage, click my hot button for it, and poof, I am now a dark elf. The other thing I want to take a look at is our moats. I did pick up quite a few moats during the time of leveling and bringing up a few of the alts. I did make one big mistake that you should take note of. You can use moats to level items or spells, really whichever you want to use it on. I was in the habit of upgrading an item every now and then using a couple moats. And if you put a stack of moats to upgrade an item, it'll upgrade it to the maximum tier that it can, and it'll give you back the rest of the stack of moats. Well, I was upgrading one of my spells. I put in a stack of, might have been tier 3 moats, and it consumed them all. Which I was aware it would do that. I just wasn't thinking when I, placed them and clicked. So now I have a Paladin spell at tier 7, and this is a spell that will be replaced, I think, at level 48 or 49. So I do a little bit of extra damage now since it's ranked up. But yeah, not the choice I was looking to do at the time. So that's unfortunate. So lesson, be careful what you're spending your motes on. I do have some bigger ones in here now, a few up to rank 4, 20 of them, still quite a few for rank 2. Only got one to rank 5. I think I might have spent a couple other motes along the way, but still quite a few in here for when I get to that point. The only other thing that I wanted to note while leveling in Guck is to hold on to these phosphorus powder items. Now, originally I sent them all to my storage, and then once that was full, I just started looting them. I want to say it's around 800 or so that you need, maybe just over that, to turn in if you want to unlock the Froglock as one of your playable races. So you might as well, while you're down in Lower Guck, hold on to these that you pick up, send them to storage, don't sell them, because you can put them all towards unlocking a race in the future. All right, I think that's about it. Thanks for watching. Bye.